You are in the spaces between love and betrayal, pain and comfort, chaos and control, clarity and disorder, stillness and anxiety, open and closed, acceptance and resistance, life and death.
Life is not linear. It's a magnificent dance that invites us to be more than we can imagine. But that doesn't mean growing is easy. I'm George Kalantzis, and welcome to Tough Transitions. In this podcast, I'll share stories from my own life and the stories of others so you can fully accept yourself and rewrite the way you see the world, to stop holding yourself back from your best self and your extreme power. This is your path. Your life is unfolding exactly the way it was intended. Learn how to connect your heart, listen to your voice, and free yourself from limitations and expectations so you can claim your true, unlimited potential.
Hey, what's up? I'm back for another Friday Flow. But today is not really a flow, it's a special edition. It's a essay from my book called Records. And this was a great essay for me to write inside my book. It's actually one of my favorites because it was really the first time that I realized happiness was a state of being. And so whatever happiness means to you, I want you to know that the experiences you get from slowing down are far greater than anything that moves fast in life. And when you can tune into what is here right now in the moment, you can begin to live. Let's get into the essay called Records.
Records. One evening, I found myself at a friend's house as I struggled with my divorce. I was intrigued by the massive collection of albums on her wall. Each album meticulously organized by year and color. I asked her about her music selection while she rolled the perfectly crafted joint. She looked at me and said, "In these albums, I get lost in the experience from beginning to end. And that is a beautiful reminder for me to slow down and appreciate every detail life has to offer." We got high while she played Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. It has an eccentric cover loaded with images from what looks like Wizard of Oz. As I watched her dance, she explained happiness in a way I'd never heard before. Not only are we listening to one of the greatest albums of time, but this album, it's a reminder of how good life is when we go back to our roots. I'm not sure if it was the weed, the music, or the way she looked at me, but something about that moment made me realize that all the things I was chasing had led me to become the man I was. I had accepted a million songs in my pocket and lost sight of the beautifully crafted tunes in a fast-paced, digitalized world. Listening to that album, it showed me how to slow down and enjoy the moment while I looked at life through a different lens. It was an approach I hadn't considered before I heard the record play. That record allowed me to see that our unique experiences create happiness, not the materials of the fast-paced, digitalized world. Listening to Goodbye Yellow Brick Road paid off. As I refocused my energy by slowing down, I began to write, and I began to experience happiness for what it was, the present moment. When I engage what keeps me grounded, I get to see, I hear, I feel all that is real. And in these moments, nothing else matters. So many of us spend our lives drowning in options. The fear of missing out on what we want leads us to remain in a constant mode of starvation, connected to ideals rather than our hearts. As a result, we keep ourselves from appreciating the more delicate tunes in life because we have so many options at the touch of our fingertips. With records, you don't have that option. From the moment you pull the album out of its sleeve, you're committed to the process. It's a ritual that reminds you how uncomplicated lives can be too. Most days, when I hear a dull sound playing in my life's background, I refer back to the day when I listened to this record. I've come to know the fast-paced hum of the world, and we have only recently begun to understand how to slow down when I found myself wanting to move fast. Records, they remind me that happiness is within every breath, every word, and all the details that surround me. Each day I'm granted another precious day to live is another day I can listen to the track that is playing right now. And like a record, the more you slow down and listen, the better it sounds each time it plays. As you read these words, consider that happiness is here in what might be a brief moment when you step outside your head and into your heart. Maybe even feel a sense of relief as you feel things you haven't felt in a long time. Remember this feeling when you seek to check out of the real world and into the digitalized world. Because while it's tempting to move fast and download the million songs available, you always have the choice to slow down, pull out a record, and listen to every track in front of you. Maybe if we all slowed down and listened to full albums, we might need fewer things to make us happy. I realized my friend enjoyed life because her happiness came from being present, not getting lost in the digitalized world. So whatever happiness means to you, the experiences you get from slowing down are far greater than anything that moves fast in life. And when you can tune into what is here and now, you begin to live.
Did you just like what you heard? Then make sure to check out my book, Nowhere to Go, Navigating Tough Transitions. It's available everywhere books are sold. You can also now get it from me for $1 digitally at theartoftoughTransitions.com, where you have an option to upgrade to a 5-day masterclass to really help you break free of the limitations and expectations of the world so you can tap into your true potential. Because what are you waiting for? Life is this magnificent dance that invites you to be more than you could ever imagine, but only if you give yourself permission to be open to the many tunes in front of you right now. Thanks for listening. Share it, review it, and I'll see you around soon.